Hello, everyone, and welcome to Refining Exegetics, a podcast and biblical studies channel which aims to inspire life-changing interpretation of the Bible and our stories through unique explorations of modern biblical scholarship and ancient wisdom. I'm your host, Jared Casperi. First off, if you haven't seen episode 1 of my channel, definitely go give that a watch for an introduction to this channel and some context for what we are doing here. This is technically episode 2 of the channel, but this video will be the first of a playlist of episodes that I'm calling The Root Matters. This segment of channels explores the deep meanings in life and the connections between our lived experiences and heavenly realities. I have titled this episode, The End of All Things. Okay, in this video, I'm really going to be channeling my INFJ powers. For those unfamiliar with the Myers-Briggs temperament indicator, INFJ is my personality type within that instrument, the primary function of which is my introverted intuition that focuses on the deep meaning and purpose of things. With that said, one of my favorite quotes comes from T.S. Eliot in his book, Four Quartets, where he writes, "We shall never cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know it for the first time." Where my mind immediately goes is one of the first full-length books I ever read called Where the Red Fern Grows. It tells of a boy named Billy who worked hard to purchase and raise a pair of coonhounds, of his love for them and their loyalty to him, and explores finding peace after tragedy. The beginning of the book has Billy all grown up years after the events and story told in the next chapters, and in the city, far removed from his early adventures in the Ozarks. He has an encounter with a dog that takes him back into his memories where it all started with his love for dogs. But it's not tragedy and sadness that he feels, though there is plenty of that. It's joy. Nor is it a sentimental, nostalgic longing that he feels to go back to those glory days and relive them. It's rather a heightened appreciation and new meaning he discovers for where it all started. Whereas nostalgia often wants to reminisce about the past as if it was better to have stayed there, Eliot invites us to consider that we not only had to leave where we started, but that if we hadn't, we would never truly know who we were or where we started. Sometimes that 90s nostalgia stuff pops up in my Facebook feed, and the comments are always, "We had it so good," or "What I wouldn't give to be back there." As understandable as that sentiment is, it actually stunts the growth that we are meant to experience. The danger is we stop exploring. Instead of allowing our journey forward to add richness and depth to the formative and memorable glory days of our past, we often use memory to escape the very difficulties of our journey that would, in fact, bring those memories up into even greater glory. As Paul the Apostle would say, from glory to glory. If we are those who seek to draw out the deep meanings of our lives, what I like to call exegeting life, we simply can't get stuck in nostalgia. Nostalgia doesn't take us to our telos. That's a fancy word. In the context we are talking about, it means the aim or the goal. In ontological terms, it speaks of a thing's design that designates its function. Paul exhorts Timothy, now the telos of our instruction is love that comes from a pure heart, a good conscience, and a sincere faith. 1 Timothy 1:5. The apostolic teaching has a telos. Its design is the inculcation of the love and character of God in your inner man. The Bible presents the telos of all creation as the arrival at the tree of life. And that's the thing. Our story started there, communion and friendship with God in a garden. But you can't simply go back there. The way is shut. And even if you could, you would never find your telos there. You can't arrive where you started by going back. You have to be willing to see your memory as prophetic. You will see it again, that glory you remember, but only when it is drawn up into the surpassing glory to come. I think this is a little bit like what the author of Hebrews describes in chapter 11, verse 40. After mentioning the many witnesses who lived in faith and that they died having not yet received what was promised, he declares that God had something even better planned, that only together with us could they be made complete. That verb, made complete, is teleao. It's kind of the verb form of telos. They sought the telos. For the sake of us, they chose the difficult paths when the temptation was to return to worldly patterns. And now, for the sake of them, this great cloud of witnesses, as the author goes on to describe them, we choose to deny worldly lusts and passions and the sin that entangles, and live godly and sober lives, fixing our eyes on the forerunner and perfecter of faithfulness, our Master and Messiah, Yeshua. That's what will bring us to the end of our exploring, to the true glory days, and we will find our deepest joys made new. It will be like knowing them for the first time. So the question I would like to leave you with is, what would you consider to be the place where you started? The place where you feel you truly embarked from for the journey of life? Let me know in the comments. Hey folks, if you enjoyed this episode and the content, please like the video and leave a comment below, and definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can be sure to catch more content like this as it comes. Until next time, think deep.